Waking up this morning, how reflective were you this morning? Have you had a chance to even process anything yet, or how will that play out for you?
On the drive home, actually last night, being able to drive home and you're like expecting to wake up the next day, and come into the facility and watch the film and do all these different things, and you get into such a routine, and so you on the drive home you're thinking about it. On the drive home, you're contemplating on the game. You're contemplating on you don't know who all is going to be here next year. You don't know all these different things, and so reflecting back on it, supremely grateful, supremely appreciative of everyone here, organization. Like I said last night, Chicago, the city, and its support and love for us, and then everybody's commitment and level of sacrifice that everybody has provided to be in this moment.
Caleb, you had a chance to talk to DJ, just talk through what happened last play?
We haven't. We all the stuff this morning. Everybody's been in different places with the exit meetings and all these different things. But definitely something that we'll discuss, but also we'll discuss with all the other wide receivers coming up in the future of next year. Being able to just get on the same page in those moments, and it's small things like that show up in those moments that you may not have talked about, but being on the same page or talking about it, maybe week 1 or week 6, it shows up in week 18 or whatever week we're in, and so it's something that to learn from for myself, a learning experience. It's something for us to learn from as an offense and as a team, and we'll go do that at some point.
There's a lot of people critical of DJ for that route out on the outside. What would you say to that from your perspective?
Yeah, like I said, it was just a miscommunication. Trying to just flatten him off under safety, and since the other safety was down, I felt like we had enough space over there, so tried to flatten him off, and just a miscommunication. His route is to go deep and attack that angle, which he did, and we thought we were going to go under the safety at that point, and it didn't happen that way.
You said last night that this offseason you're going to focus on accuracy in your movement. Can you drill down a little bit more on specific things with that you're going to try to focus on and how that's going to play out the next couple of weeks, months?
Yeah, just every single rep, every single moment that I have in the off season that I'm working out or practicing and getting those practice kind of game reps is where my mindset's going to be, and so being able to be in the offense for a year, being able to be comfortable in the offense now, being able to go back and look at things I could have done better. Was I too far forward? Was I too far back? Was I not consistent enough with my footwork, and did I lean off and fall off the mound is what we call it, and things like that. So it's just super small things to be able to be more consistent for the guys, for the team, be able to keep the offense on the field as long as possible, and be as efficient as possible. And so that's something that I want to do for myself and this offense and this team.
Caleb, I know this is still super fresh, but can you put into perspective what Ben Johnson has brought to Chicago this year?
He's brought he's been the catalyst for us, to be able to lead us, to be able to stand strong in tough moments and good moments, to be able to show emotion, be able to be who he is and be consistent with that, and do what he said he was going to do. He's been everything that Chicago's needed as a coach, and we're happy to have him. I'm happy to have him as my coach, and what he's been able to do for me. It's been unparalleled, and so I'm excited about that. I'm excited that we're going to be together. I'm excited about our future. I'm excited about getting back here with him and growing more than I did this year. And so and be able to have games and moments like this many times in our career.
Caleb, how did the success that you had individually and the team success make you hungrier?
Yeah.
For more.
Yeah. You get into these games, you get into and you win a bunch of games, you get into these games, playoff games, and you're winning, and you play these good teams, and you see what you have to go against. You see what championship level is. You see what what you need to do to be, at the position that you want to be at the end of the year. And so you see what you have to do, you figure it out, and when you get knocked down, you get back up. And so that's what we're gonna do. That's my mindset. And so we never stay down as a team. I think we've shown that this year. We never stay down. We keep fighting. And so bringing that mentality into next year, and then finding ways to bring that hunger, for all 4 quarters in every single game, is going to be important, and something that we'll focus on, throughout the offseason and throughout next year.
Caleb, I know it's early, but just thinking ahead, what do you think needs to be done so that you guys can sustain this next year? Cole talked about how much tougher it's going to be, obviously, but what are some of the things you guys can do to sustain the success you had this year going up?
Yeah, I think some of it is I think it always comes down to the basics. Making sure we do the basics the best that we can as a team. Our focus level being at the highest level every single moment that we can. And that starts with the players, it starts with the coaches, being able to make sure that that is the focus every single week. And so and that starts in offseason, that starts in OTAs and training camp. And so you don't win championships at this moment. You win championships in OTAs and training camp and things like that. And so we'll figure it out. We'll come back together as a collective and find a way to go get back in the playoffs, back in the run, because that's where you ultimately want to be every single year.
It's not hard to see the impact that this team had on the city, but for you specifically, what does it mean? Like last year to this year, you have fans like doing the bear claw, like there's a matcha drink being sold at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
There are people who are painting their nails now because you do it. Like,
Yep.
Do you take a sense of pride with all of those things now and being able to, be a figurehead for sports in this city for fans to follow?
Yeah, that was part of the reason why I said I can do it here, to bring life, to bring joy, to bring excitement, to being a Chicago Bears fan, to be able to cheer for us. So I do take pride in it. It's really cool, honestly, to be able to have those small things like that. Just being able to have the city behind you, and you lose that game and you're walking out of the game and the fans stand up and cheer and roar. In a tough moment, it goes a long way.
Thanks, man.
Sweet, the Bears.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you.